This is titled The Sixth Thunder. The turtle becomes the dragon. Below the oceans, we have the ongoing occurrence of many volcanic eruptions. This has thus far been a slow process. The magma is oozing out of the vents that regulate temperature conditions in the inner earth. This activity will intensify to the point that we are going to see surface conditions agitated. Smoking oceans will produce sulfur breezes, which will blow far inland, and clouds will drop black dust on our cars parked so safely in our driveways. Quite frankly, the ocean is reaching a boiling point. This is what is meant by the egg of the phoenix is cracking. We talked about this in Last Cry. Earthquake activity will increase in frequency to as much as perhaps more than 3,200 per month in the Pacific Rim area. There will be a shaking of the land and a churning throughout the whole of North America. Watch for seismographic activity registering 5 to 7 points on the Richter scale in Canada, around the Great Lakes, and along the Mississippi Valley area. This means that the earth is trembling in the throes of her fever. The geophysical activity of the magma will cause the oceans to heat up and become even more out of balance than they presently are. This heat will encourage the uncontrollable growth of Physeria as we sit and watch in helpless awe as our oceans die at a rate of greater than 6 square feet per second. El Niño will wreak havoc twice over 2 years, occurring with greater fury with each visit. El Niño is a voice from the earth, an emotional reaction responding to mankind's refusal to change their ways. The winds of change have now commenced. These winds are the whirlwind spirits, which the Hopi told you we would see in end times. They will be strange, angry wind spirits, and at times they will reach speeds of more than 200 miles per hour. They are a warning of what is yet to come during the fifth thunder. With the coming of these winds of change, mankind can no longer avoid the consequences of the events that will follow. If they choose, if they choose to survive, to linger, they must learn to move with the shifting. We must strive to understand the cosmic solution. How to stand on moving ground, so to speak. The chi, life force, mana, of the earth is emitting from her deepest depths. Only through mankind reconnecting to their true spirituality and awaking their divine inner being will they have a hope of being able to survive the remaining thunders. For El Niño will signal that the whole of the earth is now engaged in the war of valued life. There will be a great explosion of Little Sister, the volcano near Mexico City. This will cause the grandmother to explode, which lies under the surface. She will spit all of the people living there into the sea. When this occurs, the tail of the turtle will begin to break in two and Mexico City itself will be underwater. This eruption will cause a great shifting of the plates, and the ancient domed cities will slowly rise to the surface of the waters in the Gulf of Mexico. Eventually, what is now the Gulf Coast of America will be as high in elevation as the Himalayas. But when little sister speaks, grandfather will answer, and Mount Rainier will erupt in Washington state. The land in this area will also begin to break up as the entire Cascade Range is activated by the upheavals occurring beneath the surface. There will then be 3 great shiftings along the west coast of the Turtle. Many places will sink beneath the surface of the ocean, and others will become islands. The earth will also swallow the resources that mankind has used as fossil fuels deep into her embodiment. Thus, mankind will be forced to use other means of energy in order to survive as a species. The 3 great shiftings will correlate with tremendous churning of the plates that are presently upon the ocean bottom in the area known as the Pacific Rim. The consequences of this will alter Earth's present physical constitution forever. The overall effects upon life forms will change entirely in a matter of moments. There will be such a tremendous effect on the ocean that the water will begin to boil from the effect of the volcanic eruptions. All oceanic life forms may be extinguished. There will be another shifting during this time, which will occur simultaneously, resulting from the movement of these tectonic plates. The movement of the land masses will throw the rotation of the earth completely off balance. There will be a great wobbling effect of the earth at that time. This wobbling, when it settles down, will have caused the earth to shift 32 degrees, as we will discuss later in a later chapter, which is an excerpt from Project Stargate. Again, look that up. This shifting has already happened 3 times before, as the observation of geological formations will attest. There will be a very rapid melting of the present northern Arctic ice caps, causing great flooding to occur. There will, at the same time, be a rapid freezing and formation of ice to form in South Antarctica. This will cause the earth to shake violently, raising many new land formations and sinking others far below the depths of the new oceans which will be formed as a result. Obviously, this series of events would be devastating to the earth and any of its life forms, which would be expected to continue to survive in third-dimensional reality with the advent of the fifth world. Your star brothers have already come to agreements that, should this sixth thunder begin, there should be direct intervention by them to try to correct this from happening. However, even if they can only do so much, a great deal of the earth would still change drastically. So, there are some truths to the maps that have already come forth, indicating the possible outcome of geophysical cataclysms. As it is seen now, something will occur very soon. An event will occur that will cause a severe reaction beneath the Earth's surface. The event will be caused by mankind themselves. HAARP, possibly? Chain reactions will then occur along the San Andreas Fault, which will cause Grandfather to erupt in the north. The map of the new millennium will then begin to form, as much of the western coastline will be altered forever. Large portions of land from Northern California, well into Washington coast, will sink or be lost due to tidal waves. Other portions will break up and many islands will form. This is if we allow thought to allow this to occur. Should events continue progressing as they presently are, then the Earth herself will correct existing conditions through natural means, her means. Those already watching the progress of your world would then have no alternative but to intervene and govern Earth and her peoples themselves. The return of the ancestors would then take on quite a different nature than might have been envisioned. The nature of the seventh thunder will depend upon what mankind has set the stage for. Nothing at that point can prevent the breaking up of the tinsel bubble that has both contained and protected mankind. Entering the seventh thunder.